Hi everybody, my name's Joe K. It's just another day in the underground, and today I want to talk about a situation that occurred on the Raising the Bar tour with Stevie Stone and a rapper who is on the tour co-headlining who goes by the name of StatikG. For those of you that don't know who StatikG is a white rapper from Casper, Wyoming, and he was co-headlining this tour with Stevie Stone, Locksmith, and JLB Hood. The reason that I am coming to you today is to talk about a situation that occurred in Casper, Wyoming, back on April 10th, I believe, at the Eagles. And there were apparently some words that were said by StatikG around some other members of the tour. What I am hearing is that StatikG dropped the N-bomb while he was at this show. I don't think I really need to go too deep into why this is problematic, but as you can probably assume, this caused an altercation at the show between StatikG and some of the members of the Raising the Bar tour. I also wanted to give everybody an opportunity who was involved in that show. I'm going to just come out and say it and be straightforward and blunt. I was really waiting to see how Stevie Stone was going to react to this situation and if he was going to kick him off the tour. I want to take a moment and I want to talk about what actually occurred here and why it's important that we talk about it today. So StatikG, like I said, he's a white rapper. He is from Casper, Wyoming. So apparently he must have been feeling rather comfortable in his surroundings in order to feel that he had the right and the ability to say without consequence the words that he decided to say in that moment. He's claiming that, you know, it wasn't derogatory. It wasn't said in a derogatory way towards anybody. It wasn't said with malice behind it. However, that does not matter. And in 2022, you would think that particularly a white rapper would have enough common sense to understand the weight that is behind those words. And I'm not going to sit here and pontificate about the weight that's behind those words because I can't feel the pressure from the weight behind those words myself, being who I am. However, I have enough common sense to know that if you're going to choose to say that word around certain people, you are likely to be checked. And that's what happened here at this show in Casper, Wyoming with StatikG and the other members of the Raising the Bar tour. He thought that it was okay because he says it around his friends. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing from people directly, is that his excuse is that, well, I say this all the time. I say this around my friends all the time. They don't have a problem with it. However, just because you're comfortable saying it around your friends doesn't mean that everyone's going to be okay with it. And if you decide to step outside of that safe place that you have with your friends, then you need to be ready for the consequences. And there are consequences to this. For those of you that have been paying attention, you will see the flyer that I'm about to display right now. It is a flyer that was posted recently by Stevie Stone. And as you can see, there's a big, giant Odyssey Records logo right over StatikG's face because he is kicked off that tour. He is done. Not only is he going to be kicked off this tour, but I would implore every single other promoter, booking agent, and artist that is associated with StatikG to think about the repercussions that could occur if you continue to promote and book a person like this on your tour. Because now you have a situation that I quite frankly, I don't know how you get past this. I'm not saying that he cannot and should not be forgiven, but the problem that we're seeing here is that he has zero remorse for his actions. Zero remorse. He has excused it. He has not taken ownership of the words that he said. He has not said, hey, I effed up. I shouldn't have said that. You're absolutely right. And gone on some kind of an apology tour yet. Anything that is to occur after this very moment, after I have waited, it's the 16th, okay? This happened on the 10th. I have waited 6 days, almost a full week, to say anything about this when I knew from day one. But I didn't want to jump on it because I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to react. Stevie Stone kicked him off the tour. It took a couple of days, but it kicked him off the tour. StatikG has yet to apologize publicly. He thinks this is just going to get swept under the rug. Nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going to care about it. However, I think that a lot of people do care about this. I think that the words that you choose to say, especially around the people you choose to say them around, have an impact on people. I don't understand how a white rapper in 2022 does not have the common sense in their head to understand that. Now, there were a couple things that occurred after this whole situation. I have been hearing rumblings that he was supposed to go on a tour with Twisted Insane. I don't know if that's still going to happen. Again, I would hope people are looking at this situation and seeing the reaction and the response from people about this situation. Now, StatikG recently posted this on Instagram, and the problem with this, right? If he had just kept out this one very important part here, okay? I want to point this out because I feel like it's worth mentioning. StatikG post, it's been fun. Unfortunately, I had something come up at home and got to split off the tour, but make sure to go check out the rest of the Raising the Bar tour in every state. Much love. I have no problem with that statement, except for the fact that once again, he is tying it to an excuse. If he had left the excuse out of it, then I would be more okay with this post. But he says, I had something come up at home and got a split. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie. Nothing came up. Something came out of your mouth. And there are consequences to what came out of your mouth. And that is why you're not on the tour. So let's not get it twisted about what happened here. I don't understand how you can think for a second that this is okay and that you refuse to address it. Now, I will say that I am happy that there was some sort of decision made by Stevie Stone either way to kick him off of the tour. I think that makes sense given how everybody that's on that tour would probably be feeling pretty uncomfortable sharing a stage with a guy who said what he said. However, it is also important to note that StatikG has a history of using this word in his music. So if you're going to associate with somebody and have them on tour with you and go on a business venture, then there should probably be a little bit more vetting going on to understand who this person is really as a person and as an artist. And if you have a problem with him saying this word, which clearly people do, then you should have done enough research to know that he has said this in some of his songs in the past. Over and over and over again, many times. This is not new for him, clearly. And that doesn't even touch on all of the other things I have heard. When I heard that StatikG was going on this tour, my first reaction was, wow, that's interesting. I'm kind of surprised that Stevie Stone would be getting in business with StatikG because I have heard nothing but bad things about the business that StatikG does. He's ripped people off with tour money before, allegedly. He has an entire line of cryptocurrency that he sells. If that's not a freaking red flag, I don't know what is. But the dude sells his own cryptocurrency for his record label. If that doesn't sound like some money laundering scheme, and that doesn't set off some freaking alarm bells somewhere, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say about it. This guy has something going on. And clearly whatever is going on in his life is causing a lot of different situations to occur, a lot of poor decisions to occur, and ultimately a lot of consequences that may end up impacting this guy's career for a long time. I am not the judge and jury here. I am just sharing what has occurred because nobody else seems to be addressing the issue at hand here. I really hope that by putting this out there, that there can be a conversation that happens specifically with rappers in the underground. Because I think we need to start talking about this, and people need to start continuing to hold each other accountable. And if you're a white rapper, let this be a lesson to you. Don't say the word. Just don't. Just don't. There's a billion words in the English language. You can keep that one out of your mouth, especially when you're on tour with people who would be affected by that word. Just keep it out of your mouth. Don't say it. It's common sense. I am very interested to see how other promoters respond to this and how other people that are associated with StatikG respond to this. I know he has his own record label. I've already been hearing over the last few weeks that there have been issues with some of the people between the business dealings with StatikG and themselves. And I would wonder if there's anyone else that's associated with that label, if they're going to continue to want to have their name connected to StatikG. I think we need to have a discussion about this. So put your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. My name's Joe K. It's just another day in the underground.